jerking off before you're 15, you'll probably become a failure in bed sooner than you think. Studies show that you're up to 80% more likely to develop premature dysfunction. If this is your case, when you reach 30, pay attention to signs such as waking up with a soft tool, struggling to get hard, having difficulty staying firm during action. There is nothing worse than wanting and not being able to. These are common symptoms and often lead to cheating in relationships. That's because for women, sexual desire is up to 4 times stronger than for men. It's a deep biological need. So if her needs aren't being met at home, she may start looking elsewhere. But don't worry, there's a solution for that. This happens because over time, the body decreases its production of nitric oxide, causing inadequate blood.
Oh, fuck, we're going. Oh, shit, we're rolling. Hey, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my tiny little house. I think we've officially beat the old podcast. Officially as of today, we've hit that goal, baby. 10 weeks straight, actually. I don't think we've never missed an episode yet. I don't think so. We almost missed last week. Or, well, what would have been uploaded today, which you guys would have seen approximately 2.5 hours ago, as of me recording this episode right now. You guys have stuck around. Pretty cool to see. We're at 10 weeks in, 10 weeks more, and then we're ending the show. I'm just kidding. That's weird to think about. In 10 weeks' time, hold on a second. In 10 weeks' time, where will we be? Where will we be in like 10 weeks from now? So, okay, I want to see 1, 2, 3. It's 4 weeks, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll be midway through June. June 17th, we'll be 10 weeks into doing this show. Can you guys believe it? It's the most consistent I've been with anything ever in my entire life. And cheers to that. I'm going to drink. This is a little bit of this energy drink that I bought from the dollar store. No, this was from Aldi. Where today some lady bumped into me at the self-checkout. Like, she hit me with her cart. Even though there was no lanes open, there was 2 lanes that were like checkout systems that were closed. And I was like, obviously not going to the 2 that are closed and are labeled closed with the big old red lights over them. She like hit me with her shopping cart. She goes like that. And she looks back and she's like scowling at me. And I'm like, what? She goes like, aren't you going to go? And I'm like, no, there's none that are open right now. Aldi was a mess today. And then she just kind of went like, kind of like a Minecraft villager. She actually literally was a Minecraft villager. She, in fact, was the spin-off of, well, I haven't seen the Minecraft movie, but I've had it spoiled for me. Anyways, the Minecraft movie's super popular right now. Everybody's talking about it. I've been on a Minecraft kick again. I've been playing it a lot recently. I've been procrastinating a lot of my time that I could be spending on making this show better. Not gonna happen though. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately. Just vanilla Minecraft though. I go through again. I'm probably on the first, I'd say 4 days now of the Minecraft bug, or the 2-week Minecraft bug as they call it, or Minecraft kick, where it's like it's almost like getting sick. It's almost like getting a cold or getting the flu or something like that. It's like you just spend 2 weeks playing Minecraft, and I'm sure in like, well, if I'm 4 days in, like 10 days from now, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm bored of it. Fuck this game. But no, I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do in Minecraft the minute I end this episode. Well, anyways, this is My Tiny Little House, episode number 10. Wow, look at that. I was at the dollar store and I was going to buy the little party popper things. Not the kind that you sniff and then it makes your butthole all loose. Well, you know what? Maybe that would be kind of fun to do that instead. We do like a poppers episode. Oh, you know what? I actually have something kind of similar. Where did I put it? Oh, no. Where did I put it? Oh no, I lost it. Oh, here it is. Kind of like a popper in a way, in the sense that, I mean, it might do something to my butthole. This is a Diablo sauce from Taco Bell. I'm sure it'll do something, right? It may not loosen up the muscles to my butthole, but it might burn them a little bit. In fact, maybe this isn't the best idea, but as a celebration for 10 episodes, we'll do a Diablo sauce packet. We've been doing these a lot on the show recently, and I've been doing these for free. How about this? How about the beginning of every episode, in between each episode, however many Patreon subscribers we get, I do a Diablo sauce. That'd be pretty fun. By the way, there's a Patreon page now. I've been advertising it on the show pretty frequently. Yes, you get bonus content, which you'll be getting an extra 30 minutes at the end of this episode, and 2 bonus episodes a month, only for $5. You can't go wrong with that now, can you? Cheers, everybody. This is for 10 episodes. This is the episode 10 special. What could we do for the episode 10 special? We could do this. I had to kind of chew on that one like Bugs Bunny chewing on a carrot to get all the sauce out. Oh, great start to the episode here. On the Patreon extended version of the last episode that you're seeing today, episode 9, or you're seeing today as of me recording it. I realize that that's so confusing for most of you guys. Oh, God. I'm suffering. Sorry, audio listeners. Maybe you're driving in your car right now, and all you hear is the sound of somebody going... You don't even get to see the funny facial expressions he's doing while he does it. We can zoom in a little bit, actually. Let me see. We have a producer. Zoom in. Yeah, we have a whole production team now, guys. No, don't zoom in that much. You'll see how red the bags under my eyes are. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I have allergies now or something. I've never really had allergies growing up, but... I don't know what it is. Today I woke up and I feel like I'm getting a cold or something. I've been leaving the house a lot more recently, so maybe there's like the chance that I've been picking up a lot of germs. Yeah, that's right. This YouTube video editor and Twitch streamer and podcaster has been leaving the house more recently. Been licking every doorknob I see, every railing I see. I've been licking it. Trying to build up that immune system for summertime so I don't get sick during the summer, so I can get out there and punch some people. I think I'm going to become kind of a bit of a menace to society. I think that's what I think my next arc in my life is going to be, the menace to society arc. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. The Patreon bonus episode for episode 9 is really good because I got very high, violently high, before recording it, because I was just like, you know what? It's a Saturday night. I was already kind of doing my thing, playing some Minecraft, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna have time to make the bonus portion of the episode. Dang it, because if you watched episode 9, sorry to talk so much about episode 9. If you watched episode 9, you know that at the end of it, I mentioned, no, I never mentioned at the end of it. There's a time skip. Call it a little bit of a Marvel time skip between the base portion of the episode, like the regular version on YouTube and Spotify, and then the bonus Patreon version. And the reason why was because I kept getting interrupted last week when I was trying to record the Patreon version. I'm like, you know what? I'm having to like cut every 30 seconds of this shit. I'm just gonna record it another day when all is quiet on the Western Front, as they say. And that's exactly what I did. That's kind of what it is like around here. It's kind of like a battlefield. It's a battlefield of I am one man versus an entire army of people who make too much noise. But we have a bit of not amendment to that, but a bit of a potential solution. So as long as people pay attention to their surroundings, which tends to be a little bit of a problem around here. Anyways, we have a light and a sign. We always had the sign on the door. I always put a sign on my door whenever I'm recording, right? Now we have a light, a little touch light. In fact, we had, oh no, they're gone. They're over there. They're like those little tap lights, little circular things. I have one on the door now. I have the light turned on. That's as much indication as I can give that I'm recording, besides the fact that I'm usually very loud whenever I do this. Anyways. Oh, I'm definitely getting sick, aren't I? Am I getting another cold? Dude, oh my God, it's like every few episodes we get a cold. I don't know what's going on. I look like I'm getting sick. I look pale today. I look paler than usual, and that's saying something. I'm already very freaking pale. I'm like Casper the Friendly Ghost, but I'm not that nice. I'm kind of mean. I'm like mean Casper the Friendly Ghost. Casper the Friendly Ghost, but evil. They're not going to change the Friendly Ghost part of his name, though. Why do that? That's so pointless. That's so stupid. It's antithetical to what he is. Anyways, I've been seeing Minecraft movie. I was supposed to go see it this weekend, and I've been seeing a lot of like memes and stuff like that of things going on in the theater, people not behaving, and that really bothers me. I really hate to see that shit. Because, there's theater employees. Now it's become a whole thing. There was this whole thing that I saw where, I I think it started out kind of innocent when the movie first premiered last week, where like I was hearing like people were screaming like chicken jockey when like the chicken jockey scene would happen, I guess, where Jack Black goat sees the camera, I guess, and there's a chicken jockey in there climbing around in there, touching everything and whatnot. I guess that people have just escalated though to the point where like the fun is kind of gone. I see videos of people throwing shit at the screen and it like breaking the screen, like the actual like theater screen. I've been seeing that. I saw one where like somebody threw a bunch of like slushies onto people, or like threw a bunch of drinks onto people during like one of the meme scenes. I think like I don't know. At this point, I'm like, you know what? All it takes is like one Nelk Boy type motherfucker to like ruin it for everybody. Don't go trashing your local movie theater. Okay, they're already struggling for business, especially during the Minecraft movie. It's fine. You know what? I like the fact that these things that are happening where like things are getting a little more engaging with the movies and stuff like that. I think that's cool. I think that's fun, right? But I don't like how people are taking it too far, and then like it's becoming more of a hassle for the theater employees than it is like something where, you know, I don't know, a bunch of people get together and they laugh along to a movie and they scream things when, oh, they said the line or something like that. I don't know. See, I think that's like kind of different. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like that. You know, that's fun. But it's just like, why do people have to ruin? Why does it like, the minute something catches on, all it takes is like one person to ruin it. One Aiden Ross type beat to just ruin it for everybody. Oh, well, it was fun while it lasted. Now theater employees are having to put up signs saying that you can't throw drinks and popcorn at the screen and whatnot. It was kind of like that with, I almost think it's like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but like, because when I went to go see that, it was a very similar experience, except people weren't like screaming stuff like that though. Or no, people were screaming stuff. Nobody was like throwing shit though. Like the whole like, oh, we're flinging slushies and popcorn buckets back and forth and shit. That wasn't really happening when back then. I don't know. Maybe it's because people are a little bit less actually excited about the Minecraft movie. I don't know. I think we talked too much about the Minecraft movie already, though. I think like we've dwelled on this for like way too long, and we've talked about it for multiple episodes. I think it's time to freaking move on. To something else, you know? It's good to move on. This is where we become helpful and whatnot. And this is a podcast where we talk about our emotions and feelings and we don't joke about anything, because joking about things is bad and talking about your emotions is good. And remember, be as parasocial as you want with this show. I'm your therapist. Talk to me like I'm a therapist in the comment section down below. I swear to God, though, if I'm getting sick again and I'm getting a cold or something like that, I'm going to riot. I'm going to protest. I actually want to know. Video watchers, not video listeners. You can't listen to a video. You watch it. Look at my eyes. Look at the bags under my eyes. Those are darker and redder than usual. That's usually a sign that I'm getting sick, and I can feel them today. I've always had bags under my eyes. I have bad circulation. Zoom out, producers. Producers of the show, zoom out. It's also the producers of the show who put up the light. Man, maybe we really should just record this show in the fucking shed already. Maybe we really should just say fuck it and like, hit the shed. All right. Anyways, ignore my hair. It's fucked up. I'm tired. Even though I slept pretty good last night, I actually finally got a good night's sleep. Daniel does sleep for once in his life. For once, Daniel does sleep. For once in his life. Anyways. What else is going on right now? Recently, I found myself doing this again. I'm a very, by nature, I'm a very indecisive individual. I have trouble making decisions in the moment of like, do I want to do this thing? Do I not want to do this thing? I've trouble weighing the not the repercussions, but the options, weighing the want to need ratio of certain things. I hear it's kind of a struggle with ADHD people. So recently what I do is I say, okay, I tell myself what I do, and you should try this at home. It's a really good idea. If you have like a phone that has some kind of a vocal assistant on it, what you do is, or any device really, what you do is you in your head you go, okay, let's say I want to take a sip of my energy drink. what I'll tell myself is, okay, or maybe I'm not sure if I want to take a sip of my energy drink. Maybe I want to preserve it for later, right? So what I do is I say, okay, heads is I take a sip from this energy drink, and tails is that I don't. So what I do is I pull out my phone, okay, and I go like this. So heads, I take a sip of energy drink. Tails, I don't take sip of energy drink. Heads or tails? It's tails. So no sip for me. No sip for me, unfortunately. That's a really, see, you know what? It's a good way. If you're an indecisive person like me, there you go. I just gave you, this is a helpful show for once. For once, this show is very, very helpful. You know, I'm good at something for once. It's an educational show. I've been saying it, dude. I've been saying it. We're like the next Sesame Street, okay? We're going to have a little fucking puppet at some point. And maybe like, I don't know, maybe like an elementary school woman character at some point could be my co-host. Maybe I'll just go to the local elementary school and be like, okay, all right, poor choice of words there. Maybe we'll go on Craigslist. Okay, not a great way to, we're going to find an elementary school teacher in an appropriate manner. And what we're going to do is I'm going to hire her to be my co-host of this show so she can make it kind of educational for you guys. But it's at like a very entry level, grasp there. Because it's elementary school. Everybody went to elementary school. If you didn't, comment down below if you didn't go to any elementary school. Have you been homeschooled your entire life? If you have, that's perfectly fine. I just want to know. I just that would be, get a good read of, maybe this new addition to the show would be just for you. We get an elementary school that is so insulting to people who've been homeschooled, but that's what I think about it. Yeah, I'm pretty edgy. Get used to it, liberal. Oh man, the world is a fucked up place. I've been doing this thing recently where I've been turning off essentially just not looking at the news for the past week, just to see kind of like an update to our discussion last week about discussion. It's just me talking to myself. That's not a discussion, Daniel. Get so real. But I've been thinking about it since the podcast last week where I talked about wanting to lock my phone up in a container or some shit like that, in a shipping container somewhere, maybe, and just forgetting about it. I've been like, oh, what if I just don't look at the news? What if I just stay off of Twitter as much as I can? The problem is I'm addicted to Twitter. I love Twitter. I love how horrible that website is. I love how marginally worse it gets by the day. Whether it's Elon Musk incorporating some new dumb shit that I don't like, or it's somebody saying the dumbest thing you could ever imagine, saying that you're problematic if you eat bread or something like that. Or if your name is Daniel and you have a podcast and you drink energy drinks on it and you have a producer now and a light outside of your door, you're a bad person and here's why. That's what Twitter is just, if you're delusional, honestly, you should sign up for Twitter. If you really want a place to just say the dumbest shit imaginable and have people either be like, yes, bestie, go off, king or queen or whatever you want in between, or you want or a place to just bully people. Twitter is just like the school playground of the internet. It's just either you say the dumbest things or you get bullied for it. Or people praise you for saying the dumbest things. Get on Twitter. But if you want to protect your peace and maybe you want to keep whatever sanity you have, you're still clinging to in the back of your head, then maybe stay off of it like I've been doing recently. I've been trying to recently. However, I've been mouse posting a whole lot, and I didn't quite mouse post last night. I was going to upload a mouse post, but I didn't. If you guys don't know what mouse posting is, it's where I use a little, the little, what is it called? Bitmoji thing? No, Animoji on the iPhone. Basically what I do is I use the little mouse guy and I usually sing along. I'll explain the bit now. Okay. Story time. A friend of mine, this is a story about a friend of mine, had a manager. She had a manager at, I won't say what place that she worked at, but she would tell me about this guy. And he definitely wasn't supposed to do this. So before anybody goes in the comment section and is like, you need to dox him right now so we could put him in. Yeah, he was not supposed to be doing what he was doing. He added all of his coworkers on Snapchat. This guy was in his 30s. added all of his coworkers on Snapchat, which some of which included teenagers, which is like, dude, what are you doing? And he would post these videos of himself. This was back in like 2017, 2018. And he would post these videos of himself, lip syncing along to like 2017, 2018, like pop music hits and whatnot from that time. And he would always put on like one of the funny Snapchat filters and like lip sync along to it. And at first, like when she would show me these videos, I was like, oh, this is a bit. This guy's doing a bit. No. Turns out he thought it was cool what he was doing. He was like, this is going to make me look so cool. Bro, you're in your 30s and you're doing this? Unironically? Like, I thought it was a bit at first. Like, first of all, that's a great bit. That's really funny. And the reason why, well, I'm kind of mocking him by doing this. I don't know how he popped into my head randomly the other day. I was like, whatever happened to that guy? Where is he at now? Jail, maybe? I don't know. Maybe him adding teenagers on Snapchat that he also worked with was enough to get him thrown behind bars. But, you know, what do I know? Anyways, definitely not enough to get you thrown behind bars, but definitely something to look at there. A little suspicious, at the very least. Anyways, yeah, he would just lip sync with these like funny looking filters on. And apparently one day somebody like talked to him about it and was like, hey, it's a pretty funny like joke that you're doing. And he was like, what do you mean joke? Apparently he was very real about it. That's what I was told. That's what I was told from my friend, that like this was like, he was very serious about like what he was doing. Like he was like, that this is some serious shit. It's like, bro, you were singing along to like a fucking, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like a Lil Yachty song with a funny little filter on. That's not cool, but it's cool when I do it because it's mouse posting. When I mouse post, that's funny. And the reason why I chose the mouse was because he kind of looked like a mouse. Again, like I saw all the pictures of him. He just had very rodent-like features. So maybe it's coming from a place of being mean. And you know what? A lot of funny things come from a place of being mean. Let's be so for real, right? That's where a lot of funny things come from. But you know, I think that this is a guy who, you know, maybe not the best guy, maybe not the best guy. I heard many stories about him not being so great, but I was like, you know what, this is just funny, you know? And now I'm doing it now in 2025 as a 25-year-old, but this time I'm doing it ironically. See, haha, I shit my pants ironically. Exactly. No, but that's kind of like the origins of mouse posting, but I've kind of evolved it into more of like, oh, I'm picking hairs off of my mic filter. Sorry about that, guys. I've kind of evolved it into like its own thing. Not really. No, it's very derivative now that I think about it. Mouse posting is very well, no, I've been doing my own thing with it where like I'll be tweeting out things like oh, what did I tweet out? No, I did tweet out something yesterday. We zoomed in. The producer fucked up. We'll have to chop his hands off. We are, in fact, doing this in Dubai, where they chop people's hands off for committing crimes. So, yeah, that's where we did relocate. So, yeah. Anyways, what was I saying again? Oh, yeah, I tweeted out. What did I tweet out yesterday? This was funny. You can also just go to my Twitter and look at this shit. I'm not deleting it. I tweeted out something like a galaxy gas in my cheese. And then I posted this photo of me kind of like nodding off right there as the mouse guy. That one got, what did we do on that one? What numbers did we do on that one? Oh, 8 likes on that one. That's pretty cool. See, we're moving up in the Twitter world, baby. Galaxy gas in my cheese. What else did I post about? Oh, I also posted a video of, I think I've talked about this before, that like, if you have a Samsung Smart TV, let me know if you have this feature. You probably do, because my Samsung TV is like old at this point. My Samsung TV is from the same era in which this person's coworker, who was a manager. I might add that the original mouse poster that the mouse posting is based off of was a manager at this place. He was doing that back in 2017. My Samsung TV is from 2017. So yeah, that it's from that same era. It's from the OG mouse posting era. Every time like I turn on my TV, it goes to this one app that is like pre-installed like TV channels essentially, but they all run through the internet. And there's one channel that's just Roblox videos. That's just like Roblox YouTubers. And I love that sometimes what'll happen is I'll fall asleep watching something, some really, mind engaging content before bed. That's a good way to fall asleep. Last night I was watching Paul American, which is the Logan Paul and Jake Paul HBO Max documentary series that they're doing now, which is just great. Love to see it. That was such a good use of my time last night. Either way, I fell asleep watching that, and what'll happen sometimes is like whatever app that I'm using will like crash in the middle of the night. It'll be like, oh, he's been watching this for 5 hours now, and then the app will just crash and it'll default to the Roblox videos. So I'll wake up in the middle of the night to like some like, I don't know, 28-year-old Let's Player sitting at their computer going, oh, what's this thing over here? Let's go check this. Oh, it's a balloon. Oh, cool. Whoa, what's this? What's this? A campsite? This is crazy. I can't believe they have this in Roblox. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how do I get into that market? How do I tap into that market? How do I get my shit on a Samsung Smart TV? What do I have to do? What do I like? I woke up to somebody doing like a cart ride, one of those cart riding mini games where they like ride through characters and shit like that, which feels like a fetish. It feels like there's some kind of strange thing going on there that I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of it. Okay. But I'll wake up to this shit and I'm just like, first of all, I'm like, should kids be watching this? Probably not. But then my other thought is, how the hell do I get on this? How the hell do I get that paycheck? How do I get that Roblox YouTuber paycheck? I probably have to start playing Roblox. I mean, that's probably a start, definitely getting on that game, which I don't love. Can't say I love it. I've played it on stream a couple times, not out of desire, but out of necessity. That's right. Times have gotten tough, guys. Times have gotten real tough. But I've seen I remember there's this whole thing where people talk about Roblox now and they're like, there's just some really fucked up shit on there that kids, it's such an unfiltered experience at this point. I feel like to some extent, at least, what is that one meme where it's riding through 17 pregnant hyenas or some shit like that. And it's a cart ride through 17 pregnant hyenas and stuff like that. It's I don't think kids should be exposed to this. And if you do, argue down below why you think kids should be exposed to cart ride through 17 pregnant hyenas. Educate me why I might be wrong. Tell me why I'm not woke or something. I don't know. Or tell me why I'm actually problematic because I don't think every kid should be exposed to riding through 17 pregnant hyenas. The other thing that somebody, I read this on Twitter. I know. Read this on Twitter. Somebody said that Roblox is the perfect example of games but no games. Which, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's a maybe a connection to another audience that I'm not going to say. But if you know, you know. And if you don't know, I want you to be confused about it. That's why I'm not saying what it's from. I want the people not in the know to stay confused about what I mean by games but no games. Anyways. Or unlimited games, but no games. I fucked it up. I'm a fuck up. Everybody's going to unsubscribe from the YouTube channel, the Patreon, and the Spotify page, and whatever other things I do because I fucked it up, man. I fucked it up. Anyways, it's okay to fuck things up every once in a while. As punishment for fucking up, I will do another Diablo sauce packet. How about that? Before the end of the episode, I'll do another Diablo sauce packet. What can we... You know what we can do right now? I have an idea. We have a topic to talk about in the second half of the episode and potentially into the Patreon version. So, we're about halfway through the episode right now. Let's go over to Urban Dictionary. So we actually have time this time to use the word of the day. Okay, we have one word of the day pulled up. We'll do Merriam-Webster first, and then we'll do Urban Dictionary. I cannot pronounce this. Oh, what is that? Oh, something's blinking. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Papa was charging a battery for something. Okay. Apparatchik. Apparatchik? Apparatchik. Okay, that's what the pronunciation key says. I'll play it into the microphone right off of the thing.
Apparatchik.
Apparatchik. Okay. Apparatchik is used disapprovingly to refer to a blindly devoted official, follower, or member of an organization such as a corporation or political party. Oh. We could do this in we could use this word in the episode at some point. Apparatchik. That's cool. You guys are a bit maybe despite all of the bad penis jokes and piss talk that we talk about on this show, and the Diablo sauces, you guys still don't unsubscribe. You guys still don't leave this show. You guys are apparat. What is it? It's a noun, so it's like describing like somebody is an apparatchik, right? It's a noun. Okay. Oh, you're an apparatchik. Okay, let's hear it in context real quick. Played by What We Do in the Shadows, Matt Berry, Shazbor, who the fuck is that? Is a faithful party apparatchik. So you guys are a podcast apparatchik to this show. Congratulations. And the more you know, you learned something today, I think so, right? I mean, you learned a new word. I've never heard that word before, apparatchik. I like that. It rolls off the tongue very well once you learn how to spell it or pronounce it. I went to school for writing. I know things. I'm an educated man. Oh, fuck. We were supposed to heads or tails if we do the, take a sip. We were supposed to heads or tails every sip of that. I already fucked up, man. The whole episode is full of me fucking up. Let me just shove this little shit in there. I'm putting the Diablo sauce into the can, so it kind of just like, there we go. Shove that little sucker in there. Went like that. Anyways, oh, we have to do the what do we have? We have this is Urban Dictionaries. Word of the day. This is shitbow. Or shitbow? Okay. Oh, an insincere bow meant to dismiss rather than apologize. It's a shit bow. I thought it was bow, like a bow and arrow. Like somebody gave me the shit bow in Minecraft, and it's not very good. When I complained about the soup container leaking, he gave me a shit bow. It's more of like a. I see what they mean. Ooh, big wind gust outside. It's been fucking windy every day that I record this pod. You know what? I'm gonna say something. I'm a conspiracy theorist now. I'm doing a little bit of a shit bow to the wind here. I don't know. I feel like that one just didn't really make much sense, but you know, that's the word of the day. We got what was coming to us there, you know? Anyways, I feel like okay, call me a conspiracy theorist. I'm putting on my tinfoil hat right now. I'm like full conspiracy theory mode. I'm going to say it right now. I feel like every week right now, they're like for like the past few weeks, it's been following a consistent weather pattern of like windy on Tuesdays. It starts on Tuesdays, windy on Tuesdays. Wednesday and Thursday are fine. Like those are kind of like the nice days, but like those are middle of the week days, right? Friday, it's like cold or rainy. And it's usually rainy at night. Except for last Friday. It was actually really nice last Friday. And then the weekends have been raining so much. And then Monday rolls around. Monday's super cold. And then Tuesday's super windy. I'm losing my mind. You know, fuck. I'm doing it again, man. I'm doing it again where like, I read that like talking about the weather is the most boring thing you could do in a podcast. And I agree. What am I doing here? What am I? I'm nothing. I'm really nothing. I'm nothing, man. I'm nothing. Podcaster has a mental breakdown. You guys are going to see this on the news. That's going to be like, the part of the documentary where it's like he always showed signs of losing his temper at a young age of 25 years old, and then but at the ripe old age of 27, in 2 years when I go postal and I go crazy and I don't know, I start podcasting in public. I start podcasting in stores. I go into a Whole Foods. I start podcasting in the freaking aisles and they don't even know what's going on. All the employees have to get the hose out and spray me down and get me out of there. That's what, that's a solid plan. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to become such a problem for the Whole Foods employees. I'm going to be like the new Minecraft movie people, but for the Whole Foods employees, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to start podcasting. That's right. My tiny little Whole Foods, my tiny little hole. What y'all know, that's what we'll change the name to. My Tiny Little Hole. And I'll be, hole as in the whole foods. The hole that you put food in, the mouth. Maybe that's what they should call. That would be a good name for like an organic sex toy store. Like all of it is like, it's like Whole Foods. It's like food, but for your hole, but it's also, I don't know. It's like, all of the dildos are shaped like various different foods, like a cucumber, a baguette, pineapple, if you're kind of crazy. Whole Foods. It's spelled HOLE foods. It's like a double play on words. It's like food for your hole, but it's also Whole Foods. See? I think, you know what? That's my $1 billion idea. AdamandEve.com. Eat your heart out, but also sponsor me, because I hear that you guys do sponsorships. I would take, you know what? There's very few things that I would promote to my audience that are like in terms of like vices. Like I've debated if like I would ever take a sponsorship with like an alcohol company or something like that. Cause it's like, as much as I do partake, I don't know if I would ever want to promote it to people, but I feel like I would happily take like the sex toy, thing. I would happily, if Adam and Eve hit me up and they were like, Adam and Eve themselves came to my front door, like a bunch of salesmen, like, you know, Mormons or something like that, and try to like, we're like, would you like a brand deal? I would happily take that brand deal. That'd be fucking awesome. Sell you guys a bunch of dildos and shit. That'd be so cool. Whole Foods. We are going to make it happen. Whole Foods. Food for your hole. Anyways, heads or tails that I take a piss break right now? Because my bladder's full of energy drink. I'm going to go, fuck off Siri, fuck off Siri, fuck off Siri, fuck off Siri, fuck off Siri. There we go. That took how many times that took. I'm going to go tails that I go pee, because pee kind of comes out of a tail. Like your penis is kind of, well, some people don't have those, but like a penis is kind of like a tail. So in a way, but it's on the other side. Okay. All right. Tails, I pee out of my penis. Heads or tails? It's tails this time. That's what it says. It says it's tails this time. So it looks like I get to go pee-pee. BRBB. And we're back. Sorry, I was pissing for quite a while. I was pissing for a solid 20 minutes. I'm kidding. I had to recharge the camera battery. But while I was in the bathroom, you know, taking a whiz, as the late and great, well, they're not dead yet, but the great Beavis and Butthead once said, just Beavis actually says that he's taking a whiz. I was taking a whiz in the bathroom, guys. That's what I was doing. I was having a little pee-pee sesh. And while I was in the bathroom, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm losing momentum a little bit. I need to get back into my funny spot. I need to get back in touch. I need to touch my funny spot while I'm in the bathroom. And then I thought, well, okay, what I mean by that is I was like, oh, but I'm not being silly, funny, haha for the freaking podcast. We need to lean a little more. I need to get in touch with my funny spot. I need to touch my funny spot to be funny on the podcast again. So I went in the bathroom and I touched my funny spot. And then I thought to myself, hey, touching your funny spot sounds an awful lot like masturbating your cock or other device you might have down below. Maybe a secret third kind. Comment down below if you have a secret third kind down below. We would love to know what you're rocking down there. Anyways, in the bathroom, touching my funny spot. What I really mean by that is I was watching like funny things that what I do is, okay, real talk. What I do is whenever I find myself, I'm like, oh, I don't feel funny. I watch things that I find funny. So I watched a little bit of Super Mega, a little bit of podcast about List to get in that goofy, silly, haha mood. And while I was in the bathroom, I was thinking about it. Oh, touching your funny spot in the bathroom. I have a story about this one. And that is that, okay, so I got to recall the memory as best as I could, because this was from about a decade ago. So about 9 years ago when I was 16 years old. It was the height of me smoking a lot of marijuana. Now, if you were alive in 2016 and you were like, you were a bit of a rough little teenage boy like myself, a nice spry young teenage boy like myself, 16 years old. I actually don't know what spry means. Spry. What does spry mean? We're getting a little sidetracked here. Spry. I want to make sure I'm using that word right. It doesn't sound wrong. Active, lively. Wasn't either of those things. I was smoking a lot of weed when I was 16. And Well, one night, or one, it was one afternoon, Friday, Friday afternoon off school. Me and my friend, who I went to a music school with, we had to go. We had to go restock on some marijuana. We had to go get a little more flour, baby. We were out. So he's like, "Oh, my uncle has stuff," and he's like, he's just at his shop. He like works on. I don't even know what he does. He just had a shop, which was really just like a warehouse that he like worked on stuff in there. I don't know what he was doing, honestly, but he always had weed apparently. So he picks me up in his car and we drive, and we drove like, he picked me up. We didn't live in like the same town at all. So we drove like, he had to pick me up from his town and then drive me to this other town to go visit his uncle at the shop and then pick up weed, which we were not paying for, by the way. He was just hooking us up for free. Anyways, we show up at this warehouse that he has. I again, don't really know much about this place. Show up at the warehouse, and of course he's one of those guys where like the uncle, that being you know, the minute he encounters any young men, young spry active men such as ourselves, he's like, "Oh, I gotta ask you a favor, boys. Oh, you gotta help me out here real quick." To be fair, he's hooking us up with weed, so like we're gonna help you out, bro. Don't even worry. He just had to help. He needed us to like move some shit. So I mean, we're like delayed by like about an hour. Big whoop. Who gives a shit, right? Delayed by 1 hour that we can't be getting high. And I get the urge all of a sudden, a big ol' urge. And that's the urge to take a shit. So I tell him, I'm like, "Hey, I'm to have a bathroom at this place." And he's like, "Oh, well, you're better off just going outside behind a tree." And I'm like, "It's not that kind of bathroom break." He's like, "Oh, yeah, there's a bathroom. If you go into that room and you just go down like this big open area, there's like a little like, I don't know how to explain it. It was almost like they built like a sectioned off, almost like a cubby for like an office or something like that in this big ass warehouse." He's like, "Oh, there's a bathroom over there. You have to walk through this big dark area of it." And I'm like, "Okay, all right, no big deal." And I walk in there, open the door, and there's a toilet, the most derelict looking toilet you've ever seen. This is twice. Oh, well, no, that's on the Patreon version of episode 9. Got to sub to the Patreon to know what I'm talking about. Beep, beep, beep. Ha! Fuck you. Kidding. I'm kidding. I love you. Anyways, I go into this little bathroom, which looks like it was made as an afterthought to the rest of the place. And the toilet is just it looks like Resident Evil. Fucking like some nightmare out of that shit. Like a mold person is going to come crawling out of the toilet and come get me. And there's like a sink with a mirror that's cracked like somebody punched it. Okay. And then there was like fly paper on the walls, probably from the 80s. There was I'm trying to really paint the picture here. There was a bunch of stains of things that you don't even know how they show up in a bathroom. Those kinds of stains, you know? And I'm like, all right, well, it's what I got, and I have to do what I have to do. And there was conveniently enough about half a roll, give or take, of toilet paper left. So I'm like, have to make do. I'll have to make do with what I got. So I sit down. I sit down on the toilet, right? And the door has been closed behind me. And there's like a very like dingy little light on at the top, right? And I sit down at the toilet, which if POV me sitting at toilet, POV you guys are the door. On you guys, on the door, which I am now seeing because I'm sitting at the toilet, which is like this, right? In front of me, is just a bunch of pinup posters of porn. Like, and we're not talking like, oh, this is like a slightly suggestive girl in like a bikini or something. Like, we're talking like spread eagle type shit. We're talking full frontal, okay? And I'm like, oh my God, it's pasted all over the door. Like there's pinups of these girls with their hoo-has and I can't come up with a funny term for a pussy, but like, I don't know, something monkey as some people say, which I think is bizarre. Oh boy, I don't like your monkey. That's kind of fun actually. Run with that one. Anyways, and I'm just looking at this and I'm like, oh my God, like. And mind you, this wasn't like new stuff. Like this was from this. You could tell by just looking at it. Like, this is like porn from like the 80s, like 70s and 80s. Like this has been up there for a very long time. And come to find out, this my friend's uncle had only had the warehouse for about 15 years at this point. 10 to well, if this was 2016, so we had it in like the 2000s. This stuff was old. This stuff had been there for a while. You could tell it wasn't like, oh, this was tacked to the wall back in like the 2000s or back in the 2000s. No, this had been there since like that shit was brand new, fresh off the press. And I'm like, oh my God, he never thought to remove it? Like, this is, what the fuck? This is so weird. Like, this is so fucking weird. Like, I don't know. But then I started thinking about it, though. I was like, what happened? Like, okay, let's pretend that like years ago, the warehouse belonged to somebody else. There was a bunch of workers in there, like at least a few different employees and stuff like that. Like, what would happen? Like, were you working on something, whatever it was, maybe working on like remodeling a car or restoring a car or something like that. You and your boys together, all of a sudden you get bricked up and you're just like, hold on, boys, I got to go relieve myself. But it's not the kind of relieving that you think it is. And you go in the bathroom and you just look at the door and you jerk off. Was that like a thing? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like thinking of the context of like where these posters are being put up. I'm like, I feel like the only time I ever see, I've only ever maybe encountered like naked, like nude pinups from like, I don't know, old porn magazines, like in the context of like a shady bathroom. It's always in a bathroom. It's happened about twice in my life. And I'm like, two separate locations, to get the point across here. And I'm just like, I'm pulling my hair out thinking to myself, like, is there some dude who just like relieves, he's just like, oh, excuse me for one moment, and goes in the bathroom and just jerks off in that like dirty little bathroom to pinup posters? I feel like this is why the phone was really invented, was so you could jack off on the toilet and not have to have a bunch of pinups on the wall. Maybe that's why we evolved. Be quiet. Maybe that's why we evolved into making these cell phones and stuff like that. So people wouldn't have to be subject to like 30-year-old porn on the frickin' on the walls and stuff like that. Anyways, that was a really interesting experience. I remember like I didn't really know what to say to it, but I was just thinking to myself, like, what happens when you're on the job and you just like, you get bricked up? You're working around a bunch of dudes all day and then you get bricked up. Like, how does that happen? Are you hiding something about yourself that you have to go into a bathroom and look at a bunch of naked women to get to relieve yourself? What's the context here? Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's like some like 70-year-old dude watching this right now who worked on like a crew on like an oil rig somewhere, and he's like, yeah, this was normal. Yeah, we would just, I got to go jerk off in the toilet. Might as well put up a bunch of pinup posters for the rest of my crewmates. Maybe that's the true form of camaraderie, just putting up pinup posters of porn. Pinup posters of porn. Well, that would be a good episode name for this episode, except for the fact that we would definitely get, definitely search algorithm sniped if we were to put that as the name. We're not getting anywhere with that name. Pinup posters of porn. But I had to tell that story because I was thinking about it when I was in the bathroom, and I'm like, that's just so weird. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's the wrong context. I feel like, keep your pinup posters in your room. Keep your porn magazines in your room. Get those out of my public bathrooms. That's the real threat to public bathrooms, is porn. Why are you jerking off in a public bathroom? Could you imagine if you went into like a bathroom at a public mall? Well, all malls are public, you know what I mean? You go into a public bathroom at a mall, and like you go into one of the stalls to take a shit, and you just like, you close the door. It's in every bathroom, as we were going to be putting up various different types of porn. Yes, this is an initiative. We're doing it. Put up various different types of porn to fit all different demographics and needs right there. It's like, well, if you got to jerk off, you can jerk off. There you go. That's the third. That's going number 3. Going number 3. There's number 1, which is peeing. Number 2, which is pooping, and number 3, which is having a little sesh in the bathroom. You don't want to know what a number 4 is, though. We don't want to go into that territory. That's where things might get a little bit controversial. That's where we might Ben Shapiro might end up reviewing the show on his broadcast. What does he even do? What the fuck? Like, I feel like every time I've been subject to Ben Shapiro, it's been against my will. It's always just like him laughing like the Joker on Twitter, or like talking really fast to like a college student who's just like, can you leave? Can you go home, buddy? We don't want you. Not buddy. They definitely don't call him buddy. Anyways, well, that's what I get for bringing up Ben Shapiro and porn in the same sentence, or same subject here. So I'm going to do a Diablo sauce. This one says, oh, the anticipation. The anticipation of what? That's what the Diablo sauce packet says. It says, oh, the anticipation. What are you anticipating watching this? You anticipating getting, this episode ending and you not subscribing to the Patreon and then going into a bathroom to go jack off to your pinup posters of porn? Is that what you're doing right now? Is that what you're waiting for? Freak. You freak. Now I've just made this into porn. I believe that is humiliation porn that I just did right there by calling you a freak. Hope you enjoyed that. Well, time for me to drink this Diablo sauce. Let's see. This I don't know why I said that I was going to do another one in this half of the episode, in the first half of the episode. The only reason that there's two halves of this episode is because I had to pee. Cheers. It just never gets better, does it? Nothing ever does. Nothing ever does. You know? It just really never gets better. Life is just a repetitive circle of self-punishment, if you really think about it. At least if you live your life like me, let this podcast be an example of you should go to college, become a lawyer or something. Go work on an oil rig and jack off in the bathroom, just as much as you can. Clog the shower drains and the toilet with as much cum as humanly possible. Spread your seed as much as you can. Become the next Genghis Khan, but of toilets and showers at public places. Whether you're going to college, jack off as much as you can in those bathrooms. Right into the toilet. Clog that shit up as much as you can. Clog up the showers too. If any brand would like to work with me, please do reach out to me. We will be, I'd be more than happy to take any applicants at this point. Okay. I was being a little bit sarcastic there. I realized we got a little too edgy there. We got a little too off the rails. We got to reel things back in here. This is why we need a producer, somebody to almost like a referee in a soccer game, where every time I say whatever I just said, that whole rant that I just had about, just like somebody off screen, just red card. Well, I mean, we have a producer. I mean, I don't know why my producer's not, holding up a red card every time it's like, hey, that's a foul. Don't bring that up. I don't know why my producer's not doing any work. In fact, my producer is slowly fading into sand in front of me. Just a big pile of big pile of sand on the floor now. I don't know why that happened. What's in this Diablo sauce? Say, guys, what the fuck is in this Diablo sauce? Can you imagine? I just start going crazy, start biting my arms off and start ripping my hair out. And I don't know. I think this is a sign that I need to be mouse posting a little bit more. Mouse posting is what keeps me sane. I think, you know what it is? My mouse posting is almost like the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, of what is on Twitter right now, where it's just delivering you the worst news, people with the dumbest takes, and just overall moronic conversation and everything else. Just, you get it. If you've been on Twitter, you know what I mean. Then there's me, the light at the end of the tunnel, the knight in shining armor, the meme of Mercy from Overwatch lifting people out of what I don't remember what she's doing, but you know the one I'm talking about, where she's coming down and she's whoosh. That's me mouse posting, okay? My mouse posting is me saving the world, okay? Mouse posting is going to save the world. Guys out there right now, what you need to do is start mouse posting. Change your Twitter account, any social media account you have, to be somewhat mouse themed. Something to do with mice, cheese, squeaking, whatever else they do, run on little wheels and stuff like that. That's them running on the wheels. Just get on that. Help me change the world. Start mouse posting, please. I want you to start mouse posting. This is my new initiative to the world. This is my new PSA to the world. Okay? We're done doing the word of the day. I'm kidding. We're going to continue doing that. Now it's PSA of the day. PSA, start mouse posting. I want to see you mouse posting right now. Get on that shit. Stop jerking off on the oil rig bathroom to pin up posters of porn and start mouse posting on Twitter. Okay? Forget that paycheck. Forget your wife. Forget your kids. Everything like that. Forget your husband and your kids and everything like that. start jacking off, or I mean, no, stop jacking off to pinup posters of porn in an oil rig bathroom and start mouse posting on Twitter and all the other social medias. Mouse posting 2025. Everybody, we're going to start mouse posting. That's my new initiative. Mouse posting. Everybody, start mouse posting. Start acting like a mouse. Okay? And also, you can start acting like a tiny little mouse on My Tiny Little House, the podcast that you're watching right now, because patreon.com/mytinylittle-house, we have a tier, only one tier, called Little Mouse. And for $5 a month, you can be a little mouse on My Tiny Little House and get access to a bunch of exclusive bonus content that you are going to see very, very soon in this exact episode, if you subscribe to the Patreon, of course. So go subscribe to the Patreon and, sit tight, buckaroo, if you want to see some more funny haha giggles, and if not, you can go watch my Twitch streams or some other content, or start mouse posting. Start mouse posting right now. Post your first mouse post as of me saying this right this second. Mouse post. Do a mouse post. You won't. I don't believe in you. You won't. Prove me wrong. Ha ha ha. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Start mouse posting. All right. See you on the flip side is what Philip DeFranco used to say, I think. Whatever.